What is good, boys? Today we're starting the video off on the R7 because me and the homie over here, Elvis, we're gonna be riding around, just gonna go hang out. Don't really got much to do and the weather is absolutely beautiful today. But in today's video, I actually wanted to talk about what got me on a motorcycle. Why did I buy the R7? Why I sold my Mustang and bought an R7. So I think today's gonna be a good video. It's a good topic to talk about. We're also heading towards the mall right now and we're taking the scenic route. For those of you who aren't familiar and don't live in our Coachella Valley, we are going down a route called the Highway 111. It's a very beautiful route, lots of scenic road, good stretch of freeway. It's very pretty. Now, where do I begin? That is a great question. So let's start off with what I had before the R7. I had a 2020 Mustang GT Premium, if that even matters. You know, it's just a trim, it's nothing crazy. 5-liter V8, beautiful Coyote engine. It was a Gen 3. I want to say that car had no flaws. That car honestly was such a fun car. It was a great car. It was my second car. My first car was a Subaru Impreza. It was like a 2010. For a Mustang being my second car, I bought it cash. I was in the market for a Mustang. I ended up finding my Mustang over at auction. Clean title. We checked the Carfax. It was a beautiful car. We went to auctions. This was over in Whittier, California. So we went to Whittier. It's like around LA, Hollywood, so like around that area. It was like downtown Disney. My dad actually was the one that found it, and he told me, he was like, hey, there's a Mustang at auction. I think you'll like it. We should go check it out. And I was like, okay, you know what? Yeah, let's go. We took a trip. There actually was pretty good cars over there. I remember there was a black S2K that I honestly fell in love with. Originally, guys, I was a big JDM guy. I love JDM cars like S13s, S14s, R32s, 33s, stuff like that, right? And so I saw the S2K and I was like, nice. But deep down, I wanted something a little faster. So we checked out the Mustang. Maybe it was a mistake on my end, but we placed a bid right away. They were like, if you want to place a bid before auction starts, go for it. We placed the bid. They called somebody. We ended up taking the car before it even went to the actual like bidding portion of the auction, which honestly, I'm not even mad about it because I got that car for a steal, guys. We got that Mustang for $20,000 flat. $20,000 flat with fees and everything. $20K out the door. It was, honestly, in my opinion, it was a really good deal. The Mustang only had about, at the time when I bought it, I think it was 40,000 miles. So a fairly well priced, well mileage Mustang in my opinion. And honestly, that car was, I remember when I first drove it, it was such a big power difference compared to what I was driving before my Subaru. And I honestly was like low-key scared of the car at first. I wasn't used to it. Like my Subaru probably only had maybe like 160 horsepower around there. Let me tell you, bruh, when I hopped in the Mustang, it just felt like I entered like a whole new world. I would press the gas and I would be like, dang, this thing got some kick to it, bruh. And then I remember driving it home and the windows were all like 5% tint. The tint was kind of messed up, I'm gonna lie. It was dark, I couldn't see. And obviously, like, if you guys know Mustangs, they got long front hoods. And I was not used to the long front hood. Over time, I got used to driving the Mustang, and it became a car that I actually really fell in love with. And I'm honestly, like, I would have kept that Mustang if it wasn't convertible. That's the only con I had about that car, was I bought a convertible 5.0. Now again, doesn't really matter. The car was fun. I'll pop up an image of it right now. I made it pretty clean. I put a front lip on it, lowered it, had some wheels. At one point I was running a drag pad, X-pipe, the usual stuff you do to a Mustang. And it was such a fun car. I really enjoyed the car, and I only recently sold it. We had to stop real quick. And I only recently sold it, probably from the time of this recording, I want to say it's been about 3-ish months. It's been a while without the Mustang. Now, the reason I sold my Mustang was because I'm currently in the market for a new car. And I'm gonna just be honest, guys, I outgrew the Mustang. And not only did I outgrew the Mustang, but I wanted to work towards something better, something more pricier, you know? And so currently I'm in the market to buy I'm between G80 or G82, you know, M3, M4. Right now I'm looking at Cadillac Blackwing C7 Z06 and AMG D63S. All those cars are around the same price range, and if all goes well, I should be able to buy one of those cars by sometime next year. You guys might be asking, why did you end up selling the Mustang? Like, why didn't you keep it? And I'm gonna be honest, guys, I could have kept the Mustang. Kind of like I said, it was a car that I outgrew, and honestly a car that I want to say it wasn't really what I wanted. If it was a regular hardtop Mustang, I honestly probably would have kept the car and built it, but that wasn't the case. I ended up buying convertible, and I ended up buying it because it was like I said, it was a steal. It was a good deal. And so I ended up selling the Mustang so I could have capital to put towards the next car, right? That kind of factors into why I bought the Yamaha R7. Now, I already had the money for a motorcycle. So at the time that I had the Mustang, I already had money for for the motorcycle. My thought process for selling the Mustang and not having both was, luckily my family, we have like a vacation car, and my parents actually don't mind if I use the vacation car. My parents are really cool. They don't really care. Like, even my dad said it, like, he would rather me drive around the vacation car until I have the money to buy my dream car. Shout out to my dad, because that really ends up helping me in terms of, you know, racking up some bread. Yeah, so that's why I went through with selling the Mustang, just because I knew I had a backup vehicle. And on top of that, I'm paying for the maintenance on that car because I'm driving it a lot. So, you know, I'm putting tires and doing the oil changes for my parents on that vehicle. The other reason I sold the Mustang is so I could rack up bread, so I could save money on insurance, save money on gas, and won't have to be like, you know, paying double, basically paying the insurance on the bike, paying the insurance on the car, paying the gas on the bike, the gas on the car. Luckily the gas on the bike actually isn't too bad. And so that was really my main reason. It was just so I could stack up a little bit more bread. I had a backup vehicle, and I already had the money saved up to buy a motorcycle. So I was like, why not just sell the car, buy the bike, and, you know, ride around in the vacation car for a while until, you know, I can stack my money up. Do I wanna skip the line? Do I wanna skip the line? Do I wanna?
No.
Also, we won't be lane splitting today because we're with the homie Elvis behind me. So, little side note. So that's the reason I ended up selling the Mustang. Now, why did I end up choosing a R7? That is a great question. When I was looking for motorcycles, originally, I was looking at the Yamaha R3s. And I don't know, something in my gut just told me that I was going to get bored of an R3. It wasn't going to be something that, I don't think it would have been something that I would enjoy. I'm gonna just be honest. I don't think an R3 would have been something that I would have enjoyed. I honestly think I would have outgrew it. And I know a lot of people say in reality you can't really outgrow a slow CC motorcycle, especially if you're doing like track days or going really like doing some real riding. You know, a lot of people are straight line warriors. Now, I don't want to say I'm a straight line warrior, but I try to hit the twisties here and there, as you guys saw last video, and I try to get my practice in. I personally think I would have got bored of an R7. And if you're looking for a motorcycle, me personally, if you're a short king, maybe someone who's 5'5" and below, for sure get an R3. It should be slightly easier for you to handle. It's a lighter bike. You should be able to touch the ground lightly, maybe tippy toe it, even if you're a girl. Or you could always lower the bike depending if you want to go that route. Now, that's the main reason I didn't get R3, just because I knew in my heart that I would just regret the purchase, and I don't want to buy something that I was going to regret. The second bike I was looking at was actually a 636, a good old 600. The reason I didn't go in with a 636 is I'm a new rider, guys. This is my first time riding a motorcycle, my first couple months riding a motorcycle, and I just had a feeling that if I got something a little more powerful, I would end up hurting myself or put myself in a bad situation that I want to prevent. Because at the end of the day, I do care about my safety. I got family, I got friends. You know, you got to put that into consideration. Like, would it have been nice to get a faster motorcycle? Of course. Having a faster, anything that's fast is fun. Like, let's be real. If you have something that could just hit like 160 in a matter of a few seconds, that is so fun. Who doesn't like anything with power? I know that with the thought process of, hey, I'm a beginner rider, I don't want to end up hurting myself, I'm gonna look for that happy medium. And I was gonna stop right here at Nordstrom real quick, so I'll get to this next part of the video as soon as we get out of the store. We just got done shopping at the mall, and to continue where we left off, so the R7, I want to say, was like that happy medium. It wasn't a bike that was necessarily too slow, and it wasn't a bike that was too fast. That's the main reason I went with the R7, just because I knew it was something that I wouldn't get bored of, and I knew that I wouldn't regret buying an R7. And so that was my reasoning for getting the R7, just because there's for sure a lot of room to grow on the R7. It has enough low-end torque to have fun on the streets. It's not the fastest bike in the world. I want to say it's a good, like, beginner plus. It's not super heavy. It's pretty simple. There isn't a lot of controls. I think overall it was a good decision over a 600, because I really wanted a 600. I really wanted a 636. I ended up going with the R7 for that reason, just because I knew if I got something fast, I would end up hurting myself. It was better just to find something that wasn't too slow, that wasn't too fast, just a happy medium. Today the weather is so good. With all of that being said, me selling the Mustang, the reason I sold the Mustang, the reason I got an R7 over 600, would I ever do that again? Would I ever sell? Hold on, I hear ambulance. Oh, there goes the firefighters. Like I was saying, would I ever do it again? And honestly, I would. Like, if I ever got my next dream car, would I ever sell it and get something? Would I sell the car and get another bike, or keep this bike, etc.? And honestly, yeah, I would do it again. I would probably get a 600 next time, just because I for sure am gonna have more experience riding my bike. I for sure would do it again, 1000%. Now, do I regret it? Do I regret selling my car? Do I regret buying the R7? Honestly, absolutely not. If I ended up getting something like like a R3 or yeah, just anything really slower like a Ninja 400, I think 1000% I would have regretted my purchase. I don't regret my decision at all of selling my Mustang in order to move forward and buy my next car. And honestly, potentially I would like to upgrade to a 600 at some point in my life. Pretty much like it's everything I wanted to talk about today. I'm just gonna go mess around the rest of the video. I might end the video, I'm not too sure. We're gonna go to the gym and get a little workout. We'll see if we can get any random clips on the way there. Hopefully soon, guys, we're gonna be in a brand new whip, because I miss driving cars, bro. I really miss driving cars. To me, cars are like, that's my bread and butter. I'm be honest, yes, my love for motorcycles is growing, but just that passion for cars won't go away. Maybe it's because I have R7 and I'm coming from like a muscle car, you know, something a little faster than the R7. The Mustang was for sure faster than the R7, I can tell you that without a doubt. So maybe because I'm coming from a platform that's a little quicker, but honestly, I'm pretty satisfied with the R7. Don't buy anything you won't be able to handle, you know, like put your ego aside, basically is what I'm trying to say, because your ego will put you in situations where you might end up hurting yourself, and it's not worth it, guys. Use your brain, you know, like think of the platforms you've driven before a bike, like whether it's e-bikes, cars, etc. Keep that in mind. Like, have I ever ridden anything with two wheels? Because bikes are pretty quick. Like the R7 is quicker than I want to say most cars on the road in terms of like low end torque and the way it pulls. Always in your head, just remind yourself that, hey, if it's your first time riding, be smart about it. Bro, I'm the worst person for directions. I genuinely get lost, and I've been living here literally since I was born. 1000% sure that's the gym right there. I'm low-key blind too. This ain't even a good combo. Not good at directions, low-key blind. I don't know if I'm gonna end the video off here, because we are going bowling after this, so maybe I'll record a little bit extra. Let me go ahead and get a workout in with the homie, and I'll catch you guys as soon as we get done, I guess. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we just got done with our workout, and honestly, I'm sore. I'm really sore, bro. I've like stopped going to the gym for a while, and my conditioning is so ass now, bro. We're gonna go put gas real quick right here. There's a gas station, and we're gonna head bowling basically on empty. I don't know if you guys can see that. The last time I was consistent, like I was working out maybe 3 times to 5 times a week, probably like 3 months ago. Recently, my boys have been going to the gym again. I've been trying, guys. I've been trying to be consistent again, because I won't lie, my old physique, bro, was peak. Your boy had a peak physique at some point.
Stop the cap.
Oh man, is it hot today? And I got the muscle showing, bro. I had my sleeves on earlier, but like I said, I feel dead. I'm tired. I didn't feel like doing nothing, bro. I did not feel like putting on my sleeves. Look, took like $10. Okay, not bad. Always give it a good shake, bro, because low-key always leftover fuel. R7 is all fueled up. Let's go ahead bowling, and we'll probably end off the video over there, just because there isn't much more to do today. Enough yapping, guys. I've low-key been just trying to kill time and yap the whole video and try to put in some filler. But anyways, y'all made it this far into the video. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, and I'll catch y'all next video. So peace.